The Glock 48 is a semi-automatic pistol born from a legacy that has shaped the modern handgun landscape for more than 4 decades. Classified as a compact, slimline striker-fired pistol chambered in 919mm parabellum, it occupies a space between full-size service sidearms and the ultra-compact firearms designed for deep concealment. That classification carries historical weight. The compact pistol, as a category, emerged to meet the needs of professionals and civilians who required reliability and ballistic performance comparable to duty weapons, yet in a form more adaptable to concealed carry. In the late 20th and early 21st centuries, this category evolved rapidly, driven by urbanization, changes in personal defense laws, and the demand for lighter, more ergonomic sidearms. The Glock 48 stands firmly within that lineage, but it also represents a refinement of it. To understand the Glock 48, one must first understand the philosophy of its manufacturer, Glock Ges.m.B.H. Founded in Austria in the early 1980s, Glock revolutionized handgun design with its polymer-framed, striker-fired pistols. At a time when steel and aluminum dominated sidearm construction, polymer was viewed with skepticism. Yet the company's first pistol, introduced in 1982, proved durable, lightweight, and remarkably reliable. Over time, Glock's design became synonymous with simplicity. Fewer parts, consistent trigger pull, and a reputation for functioning in adverse conditions. This design philosophy would inform every subsequent model, including the Glock 48. The Glock 48 was designed in response to a shifting market. By the mid-2010s, concealed carry had become increasingly common in the United States, where many states expanded legal access to personal defense firearms. Consumers sought pistols that were thin enough to conceal comfortably under everyday clothing, but still large enough to shoot accurately and confidently. Subcompact models offered concealability, but often sacrificed grip length and sight radius, affecting control and precision. Full-size pistols offered performance, but were more challenging to carry discreetly. Glock's answer was the Slimline series, and the Glock 48 emerged as a key model within that family. Introduced in 2019, the Glock 48 was developed alongside the Glock 43X, sharing a similar frame profile but featuring a longer slide and barrel. The intent was clear. Combine the thin, single-stack grip profile of the smaller model with a slide length closer to a compact service pistol. This approach delivered improved sight radius and recoil management while maintaining a narrow width of approximately 28 millimeters. The result was a pistol that felt substantial in the hand without the bulk associated with double-stack designs. As a semi-automatic pistol, the Glock 48 operates using a short recoil, locked breech system derived from the Browning tilting barrel design, a system that has defined modern handguns for more than a century. In analytical terms, this operating mechanism harnesses the recoil energy generated upon firing to cycle the slide, eject the spent casing, and chamber a new round from the magazine. Glock's adaptation of this principle integrates its proprietary safe action system, a striker-fired mechanism that provides a consistent trigger pull from shot to shot. Unlike traditional double-action, single-action pistols, there is no external hammer. The internal striker is partially precocked by the cycling of the slide, and the trigger completes the action. This design reduces mechanical complexity and contributes to the pistol's reputation for reliability. The Glock 48 is chambered in 919mm parabellum, the most widely adopted handgun cartridge in the world. This choice reflects both practicality and geopolitics. The 9mm cartridge, standardized by NATO, balances manageable recoil with effective ballistic performance. Its global availability and compatibility with military and law enforcement standards make it a logical choice for both professional and civilian markets. In the context of concealed carry, 9mm offers sufficient stopping power while allowing for controllability in a lightweight platform. In terms of specifications, the Glock 48 features a barrel length of approximately 4.17 inches and an overall length of roughly 7.28 inches. Its unloaded weight is about 20.74 ounces, a testament to its polymer frame construction. The magazine capacity is typically 10 rounds in its standard configuration, reflecting its slim single-stack design. While some markets have seen aftermarket modifications that alter capacity, the factory configuration emphasizes compliance with various state regulations and a focus on concealability over sheer ammunition volume. The frame of the Glock 48 is constructed from high-strength polymer, reinforced with steel inserts, ensuring rigidity where necessary while minimizing weight. The slide is manufactured from steel and treated with Glock's NDLC finish, enhancing resistance to corrosion and wear. This finish reflects Glock's continuous material innovation, building on decades of experience in surface treatment technology. The pistol's grip texture and ergonomics reflect the evolution of the company's design language, incorporating elements from its fifth-generation pistols, including the removal of finger grooves and the inclusion of a flared magazine, for smoother reloading. Variants of the Glock 48 have emerged since its introduction. One notable version is the Glock 48 MOS, which integrates the modular optic system. This configuration allows for the mounting of micro-red dot sights through adapter plates. The inclusion of MOS reflects a broader trend in handgun development, the growing acceptance of slide-mounted optics for faster target acquisition and improved accuracy under stress. While optics were once considered specialized equipment, they have increasingly entered the mainstream, and Glock's adaptation demonstrates responsiveness to market demand. In terms of service history, the Glock 48 has primarily been embraced by civilian concealed carriers in the United States. While it has not achieved the widespread military adoption of Glock's full-size models, its compact dimensions make it appealing to plainclothes law enforcement officers and off-duty personnel. Its reception has generally been positive, with praise centered on its balance between shootability and concealability. Critics have noted its 10-round capacity in comparison to double-stack compacts offering higher round counts in similarly sized frames. This debate highlights an ongoing tension in firearm design, the trade-off between width and capacity. The Glock 48's impact extends beyond its immediate specifications. It represents a response to a cultural and legal environment in which personal defense has become a significant consideration for many individuals. In this context, the pistol is not merely a tool but a symbol of autonomy and responsibility. Its slim profile speaks to discretion, while its full-length slide signals seriousness of purpose. It is designed not for battlefield dominance but for everyday practicality. From a strategic perspective, the Glock 48 illustrates how manufacturers adapt to evolving doctrine and consumer behavior. Law enforcement agencies increasingly recognize the need for backup or off-duty weapons that mirror the handling characteristics of duty pistols. By maintaining a consistent trigger system and manual of arms across its product line, Glock ensures that users transitioning between models encounter minimal differences in operation. This consistency reduces training complexity and reinforces muscle memory, a critical factor in high-stress scenarios. The design philosophy behind the Glock 48 can be summarized in 3 principles: simplicity, reliability, and efficiency. There are no external manual safeties to manipulate, no decocking levers, and no complex mechanical transitions between trigger modes. Instead, the Safe Action system incorporates 3 passive safeties, including a trigger safety, firing pin safety, and drop safety. These mechanisms operate automatically, contributing to a streamlined external profile. While some critics argue that the absence of an external manual safety requires disciplined handling, supporters contend that the consistent trigger pull enhances predictability. In the broader history of handguns, the Glock 48 occupies a transitional moment. The late 20th century was defined by the shift from metal-framed, hammer-fired pistols to polymer-framed, striker-fired designs. The early 21st century has been defined by modularity, optics readiness, and ergonomic refinement. The Glock 48 embodies these trends while maintaining continuity with its predecessors. It is neither radical nor nostalgic. It is iterative. Psychologically, the Glock brand carries significant weight. For decades, it has been associated with dependability in both civilian and professional circles. The Glock 48 inherits that reputation. For many users, selecting this pistol is less about novelty and more about trust in a proven system adapted to contemporary needs. In this sense, the Glock 48 is as much about brand continuity as it is about engineering innovation. Controversy surrounding the Glock 48 has largely centered on capacity. Limitations and comparisons to competing slimline pistols that incorporate staggered magazine designs to increase round count without dramatically increasing width. These comparisons underscore the competitive nature of the firearms industry, where incremental improvements can shift market share. Glock's response has been measured, focusing on reliability and durability rather than chasing maximum capacity at the expense of proven design. As of the mid-2020s, the Glock 48 remains relevant in a crowded market. Advances in ammunition technology, including improved projectile design and powder efficiency, have enhanced the performance of the 9mm cartridge, further validating the platform's choice of caliber. The continued expansion of optics-ready models signals a future in which compact pistols routinely integrate electronic sighting systems. In this evolving landscape, the Glock 48 serves as a bridge between traditional iron-sight pistols and the optic-equipped handguns of tomorrow. Ultimately, the Glock 48 is not defined by dramatic battlefield stories or revolutionary mechanics. Its significance lies in refinement. It represents a mature stage in handgun evolution, where manufacturers focus on optimizing ergonomics, materials, and modularity, rather than reinventing core operating principles. It reflects a world in which personal defense considerations intersect with technological progress and legal frameworks. In the final analysis, the Glock 48 stands as a testament to adaptive design. It answers a specific demand with clarity and restraint. It honors the legacy of its manufacturer while acknowledging contemporary expectations. And in doing so, it secures its place within the broader narrative of modern sidearms, a slim, purposeful instrument shaped by history, refined by experience, and positioned for the realities of the present.